Fishing to make money. Sounds great in concept, right? But once you break it down to dollars and cents, things start to fall apart, especially for a fish like this. Fisherman can get as little as 25 cents a pound for this fish. And in my state, you're allowed to catch 800 pounds a day. And that's not even including expenses to run the boat and labor to catch the fish. The fish in question is the Porgy, locally known as Scup. And the financial difficulties associated with catching enough Scup to make a living is a part of the much bigger problem that is the American seafood industry, of which commercial fishermen are at the very bottom. And we're trying to change that. We sell all of our line caught fish direct to consumer at farm stands and farmers markets on the weekends. And we also sell our fish directly to restaurants. And today you're gonna see exactly what that looks like, all the way from the end of the day when we drop fish off at the restaurant to the beginning.
That'll be it. Just so you guys know, he popped out of the truck to record this.
The day started off bright and early, as it normally does, at the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, where Cam has to get his chocolate frosted no sprinkles donut and medium ice French vanilla swirl milk only. And no, this video is not sponsored by Dunkin'. I've just had to hear this order a million times. Next comes the gas for the truck and the gas for the boat. And thankfully, since we're fishing for Scup today, we don't have to run that far.
All right, guys, we are out here. It's a beautiful morning. So the plan is we're gonna hopefully go commercial Scup fishing, whack up as much Scup as we can catch, and sell it. Here we have Mr. Zach here.
What's going on, ladies and gents?
And we have the one and only Johnny Rico.
What up?
And of course, our favorite government employee.
As we headed to the spot, we could see that there was a kayaker in the middle of the channel outside of the no-wake zone. And while Cam has no sympathy for kayakers outside the no-wake zone, Johnny and Zach both kayak fish a lot.
Why didn't you slow down?
Yeah, he's definitely like, you piece of
I mean, he's in the not in the no-wake zone, in the middle of the channel. What does he want?
Wrong crowd to say that to. You got double Old Town pro staff here.
They don't give a Johnny knows if he's in the no-wake zone, and if he's not in the no-wake zone. I stayed out of that.
After Cam apologetically reflected upon his actions, we arrived at the fishing spot and started marking fish on sonar.
Are we gonna make out? Or are we gonna fish?
I don't know.
Why not both?
Yeah. Who's asking?
Let's see if there's fish. I did not anchor the way I wanted to anchor.
Look like some smelly clams.
They're not too bad.
Can you taste it just to make sure?
They're sour.
For bait, we're using something called clam bellies. They're an effective bait because they don't stay on the hook very well, and as a result, they can draw a bunch of fish nearby who want to eat the little scraps that fall off your hook. This is called building a bite.
Dinner plate. That's a nice one.
A little Porgy. Just gotta get the Scup.
Now that we know that there were fish here, we all baited our hooks and started dropping down to draw as many fish in as possible and keep them under the boat.
I should have went and bought whole tongue.
Yeah, some of these are a little...
The bellies, that's why they're so cheap, dude. That's why it's $25 for that whole tote.
Where's how much is a pound?
$30 for a gallon. Yeah, but no, then if you like catch them on just squid, they don't come under the boat as good. And if you fish clam and then switch to squid, they don't want to eat the squid.
That's a couple of alright. Holy crap. That's nice. Holy Mike. Nice. That's a nice one.
It's the one that's in the rough.
Yeah, it's a good roe fish. Dude, that is huge.
We had definitely found the fish and started filling up the tote little by little. But we had a very big challenge ahead of us. If you know anything about Scup, then you know the average size of one is pretty freaking small. And the minimum keeper size for commercial is 9 inches. That's a very small fish, like about a quarter pound. However, the restaurant that we're selling our fish to wants fish that are 1.5 pounds because they had a grilled whole fish dish on the menu that has a 1.5 pound portion. So our new mission was to catch 50 pounds of mega jumbo Scup that were 1.5 pounds, which as you can imagine is quite challenging.
These are the Mustad bait holder hooks. They got little barbs on the end over here. Hold your bait in. Just feed this on, swirl it on about 2-3 times. Keeps the bait on the hook, doesn't let the fish steal it off. Got a little high-low rig, heavy weight, 2 hooks above that. All we're doing, dropping this down. What are we in, about 38 feet? Got a big school of scup below us. Hit the bottom, reel down a little. Got a feel for that bite. Yeah, it's instant.
Homie's cracked. Homie's cracked at fishing.
Dinner plates only. Just kidding, this is like a kid's dinner plate.
Yeah, that could be a large.
Little scumbags right here. Sunfish of the ocean. Lift the gill up, hold them tight so they don't spike you. And that's it. Just pull your finger.
And that there is a bled line caught fish. Is it more annoying to bleed fish than not bleeding fish? Of course, but the payout I think is so much bigger working with a bled fish versus a not bled fish. Ideally, we would have put these fish right into like a live well to flush all the blood from its system, but as you can see, this boat is not necessarily the most glamorous boat, and we do not have basic luxuries like a hose or a live well, so we make do with what we have.
As the morning went on, we were definitely not catching mega jumbos, and I was about to call the restaurant to let them know that we did not have enough fish for them. To make matters worse, we were also catching species of fish that we weren't even allowed to commercially keep.
You said it was gonna happen. Hey.
Call this a striped scup.
Hold them up, horizontal. I think you're posing.
Yeah, buddy. She said do a flip.
God, me in the sea bass.
Row bucket.
What are we catching?
Trying to catch scup, but the biscuits are biscuiting.
The Black Sea biscuits. It's not in season, unfortunately.
Nope.
But then it was like a switch flipped, and we started catching mega jumbos every drop.
Oh my goodness. Come here, buddy. That's a freaking dinosaur.
Scuposaurus.
It's the biggest scup I've ever
Going
caught.
India or leaving until I find trash.
Yeah.
Oh, that might not keep.
Yeah, that's a not keeper.
Ah. Thing's like as long as my forearm.
God damn.
Dinner plate.
Yeah, buddy.
Jumbo.
Scuposaurus.
Ah.
Another toad, dude.
Ooh. Mike's sticking the jumpies.
Another chunky one. We got a Scuposaurus here, big one. It's probably the biggest one of the day. This is definitely going to row 34 because it's a mega jumbo.
Ah, shit.
Cautions.
Yeah, buddy.
Holy crap.
Oh!
One of them.
Yeah, that top one was toast.
How many are in the row cooler?
We're at 4. Johnny has 5.
Never mind. That big one I put in the regular store.
Look at this big fat scumbag.
Scup bag, dude.
Oh yeah. Going right into row 34's plate. Decent guy.
They took them whole.
Yeah, they do a whole fish plate with them. That's perfect.
The scup fishing is absolutely on fire right now. If you look, we're slinging doubles. So if you want to book, go to tacklethepeople.com/charters and come out and fish with us and catch these nice dinner plate size scup. So
Also, don't forget, guys, if you want to buy these fish, text the number on the screen. Text fish to the number on the screen, and you'll be automatically notified every single time we have fish to sell this summer. I mean, we are doing more than we've ever done. I think every year it just gets crazier and crazier. We're going to be offering more species. We're going to be offering clean fish once we get our permitting, and we're going to be selling in new locations. So you're going to want to stay updated for the whole thing. Text fish to the number on the screen, so you can get texted every single time we get off the water with fresh fish that we catch ourselves right here in this boat, right here that you see in this video. So Zach, first time commercial fishing.
They make fun of social
Yeah?
situations like all the
Pretty fun. Mike told me it would not be so enjoyable. Less fishing, more work. However, I think any day you come out here and catch about 200 fish, there's nothing to really complain about. I would definitely do it again though.
They just scream.
How do you feel about getting dirty, clam juice, everything? I see some clam all up on your car.
Yeah, you know, nothing I'm not used to. Typically I'm covered in fish blood rather than clam guts, but it's all gross in the same way. Nothing new to me.
But yeah, it was a fun day. I mean, we beat up on them. Like I said, it was every drop. All big size scup too. They were averaging like, I don't know, 13 inch, 12 inches at least coming up. Yeah, it's fun. Having a good time.
How are we feeling, Cap?
Feeling ready to go get some crudité.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, we need to make sure they're open. Make sure they don't open at like 1 or something.
I think they'll be open. You think they'll comp our meal if we give them some free fish?
They might. Be like, yeah, yo, how many scup? How many scup for free crudité? I bet like 10 scup. Oh.
No, more than that.
Yeah, I don't do the veggies thing, man.
You do
I do
crazy
meats.
noodle? Crazy noodle, no vegetables?
I actually, no, I do like the vegetables, just I'll do everything but the peppers. Flowering vegetables, like broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus. Terrible for you, you should not eat them.
Chocolate
frosted, no sprinkles. Double stuffed ovary. Oh, I got my donut.
Gator, zero?
Do you still have trailer lights or no?
Barbecue.
One of those is yours.
The food I eat doesn't make me cry myself to sleep at night. It's the women I choose.
That is actually backed by evidence. All right, this is part of the process that usually I don't film just because it's not really exciting, but it's a very crucial part of the process and it takes up a lot of time. We're trying to figure out where all this fish goes. So we have all this fish caught, dead, slurried, beautiful.
Half a bucket.
And we have all these coolers and now it needs to be distributed to all their places. So shout out Nick Carvalho because this cooler is for you to sell to the Portuguese people of Taunton. How much is Nick getting? How much is Nick getting?
How much? How
Like how much fish?
Oh, like 35? 30,
Yeah.
35? Think I should put more on that?
No, I think it's perfect.
They love whole fish.
Yeah.
My wife ate whole fish.
Cam's half Portuguese. The better half, right?
The better half.
Yeah, the better.
French.
He's French.
Well, so am I.
And then this big cooler underneath is all the mega fish for ROW34. These are all the jumbos. The biggest fish that we got, I think there's like, what, 52 fish in there?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, you just dump that, Zach. And these are, if anyone from ROW34 is watching, these are your ice cubes, so thank you for icing us up last night. Yeah, that's cooler management. Big pain. Big pain, and we don't always talk about it, but it's a major part of the day. A major part of the logistics that we have to think through in the morning too. Ice management, cooler management. As you can see, there's not a lot of space to navigate on the boat here. You know, between Johnny, the 2 totes, and all these coolers.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just taking up space right now.
There's really not a lot of space to navigate. It's really quite a logistical nightmare in order to do this effectively.
Now that we had the payload, it was time to sell these fish. We had to get back home, divvy the fish up, and then bring them to their respective buyers. But before we could do anything, we had to first pull the anchor and then listen to Creed on the boat ride back home. Once we got back to shore, we stopped briefly to get that Thai food that Kim was feeding about earlier. And then we got right back to work and started counting all the fish that we caught. The restaurant ROW34 got all of the jumbos, but the remaining fish we were selling on our own, direct to retail customers.
I was gonna say, dude, it's yellow and it says 2 hours remaining.
How many more are left?
134.
That's it?
Go to the vat?
So that's... Huh?
Go to the vat done?
Yes, please. How disgusting was the drain from it? Like, do I need to rinse the boat before tomorrow or no? I mean, it's a squid charter, so there's an error of... The boat doesn't have to be...
You probably just need a bucket of water. And honestly, you probably can get away with it.
Now that all our fish were counted and sorted, it was time to head to the farm stand to sell our fish.
What's going on, guys? I'm here at Brook Farm, and as you can hear with all the cars going back and forth, it is very busy. This is one of the locations that we sell at every single weekend with our fish, but it is a much cooler spot than just a place where we sell. Brook Farm has been owned by the same family for like hundreds of years. It's one of the older farms in Massachusetts, and today they still are owned and operated by the same family, cranking out their own produce, cranking out their own meats, and it's some really, really high quality stuff. They have a from scratch bakery that they make some of the best scones that I've eaten my body weight in their scones. So we're gonna show you a little bit about their operation here and show you how cool it is.
Hi, my name is Caroline. I am the store manager here at Brook Farm. This farm has been in the same family for over 300 years. We just had the 300th birthday a couple years ago. The farm stand has been here since 2001, and it was built with some wood that was right on the property. Right now, a little bit of a late spring. We just got our beautiful asparagus. We have ramps, fiddleheads, rhubarb, different kinds of spring onions and fresh garlic, and all of your leafy greens like lettuces and kales. In the summer, we have our beautiful strawberries. I wait for those all year round. They're delicious. We usually have some of our own black raspberries, which are really wonderful as well. And then we have potatoes, onions, squash that come in the fall. Behind me, I have our beautiful grape vineyard, as well as our peach trees and the strawberries to my right. They are just some of the most beautiful local fresh fruits that you can get, and they will be here soon. June, July, August, perfect time. We have our own cows, our own pigs, other meats like chicken and lamb. All the animals here, they live an amazing life and they're well taken care of. We take pride in everything that we do here, and that goes from the vegetables to the animals. The farm is right off of 110 Great Road in Littleton. A lot of people pass through here when they're going to work, or if they're visiting family, or if they're traveling, so we thought it would be really good to set up a little gift shop in the back of the store. We have all sorts of beautiful items. Some of them are vintage that the owner goes and handpicks herself and she selects them. We also have some products that are made by creators locally as well, which is really nice. It changes quite frequently, so every time you come in, there's always something new and exciting to look at.
It's been incredible working with the Brook Farm folks. As farmers, they also get it. Just like how we might go out and not catch the fish we want that day, farmers sometimes don't get the harvest that they want. When you build a business off of selling what's available, it's kind of hard to satisfy customers who are used to being able to go into a grocery store and just buy whatever the heck they want. I've obviously talked a lot on this channel about the importance of eating a variety of fish if you want to eat good, high quality seafood. And the same goes for produce. If you want to eat good, flavorful produce and not the bland grocery store stuff that was picked unripe, then you have to be willing to eat a diversity of fruits and vegetables. Go to Brook Farm and ask what's local and what's available. I promise you won't be disappointed. Now let's take a peek and see how fish sales are going.
We got Mark Kafalis here. Say hi to the channel.
What's up?
This is going on the YouTubes.
On the YouTube?
Yeah.
We gotta show them our product.
Oh yeah, give us a pitch.
So, smoked bluefish dip, caught by our friend Gus in Vineyard Haven. Very natural, only 7 ingredients, but the main 2 is smoked bluefish and mayo, and then the rest is seasonings. It's pretty good. You guys should come down. We'll be in Boston tomorrow. Mike, you wanna take that part? So you know more about it.
This kid's a natural. You got a sales pitch down to a T, right?
Down to a T.
Yeah, down to a T. Yeah, so, you know, obviously in this video that you're watching right now, we just did a full day of commercial scup fishing. But we're also talking about something special today, which is the smoked bluefish dip. Gus, our scalloper, he catches bluefish, he smokes it on islands, you know, his whole operation, and then makes smoked dip out of it. It's all done by the same guy, so it's a really cool operation, small batch, high quality. Like I said, very pure product, only 7 ingredients.
Mark seemed to be doing just fine with the retail sales, but now it's time for us to check out the other side of the sell direct business, which is wholesale fish to restaurants. And one restaurant in particular is absolutely killing the game when it comes to sourcing local seafood for their daily menus. We dropped off all 56 Mega Jumbo Scup to ROW34 here in Burlington, Massachusetts. They have a seasonal grilled whole fish entree. In this time of year, spring and early summer, that fish is Jumbo Scup.
All right, what's up guys? This is Isaac from ROW34 restaurant in Burlington. Today we're gonna show you how to clean and cook a scup fresh out of the water from Cape Cod. From our friends, our buddies from Taco to the People. Super fresh, less than 24 hours. So this one is already de-scaled. Right now, we're gonna clean the rest. You don't want none of this, like extra pieces of tails. We're gonna grill this fish. So if you leave these tails on the grill, they're gonna burn and smell funky in the dish. You don't want none of that. Same with the rest of the side. You just wanna get rid of them. And also used to look nice on the plate. All those little things. There, I got them all. So like I said, this one is de-scaled already. Every fish has a little hole in the bottom right here. So we're gonna just stick the scissors and then we're gonna cut all the way through to get the gills out and all the nasty stuff that you don't want on the plate neither. All right, so then after here, you just cut in the middle, right here. And then you're just gonna dig in a little bit, get these two together. And then right here, there's another one, right there. And then at the bottom, there's another one. Like all the connections right here from the gills. And then you're gonna kind of like pull it all like that. And everything should just come off just like that, all at once. All right, after you do this, you get rid of this nasty stuff. And then you're gonna rinse it off a little bit. You don't wanna see none of that in the plate neither. So we got our fish nice and clean now. We're gonna put it aside and we're gonna start working on the stuffing. We're just gonna do a couple of wedges of lemon. I'm gonna start with 3 and see how that goes. We're gonna do some fresh garlic also 3 of them. And a little bit of thyme. Again, this is just to flavor and aroma your fish scup. So you're gonna open it up and you're gonna start with the leaves so they stay inside. You're gonna have to like kind of smoosh them all together. Follow with the garlic, and the lemon, like that. And then once it's stuffed, you sort of like make pressure on it, sort of like stuffing a sandwich. All right, and then this one is ready to go. Then we're gonna go to the other side on the grill and cook it up, baby. We do this whole fish a lot in the company. The fish that we do for the company also changes from time to time, depending on what's available, season, market. We try to stay local as much as we can. And this is as local and fresh as you can get, Cape Cod, Scup. So we're brushing here with a little bit of mayonnaise. This is also used to give a little more flavor to the fish also. And funny enough, the mayonnaise is gonna prevent the fish from sticking too much on the grill. So we're gonna cover with salt on one side. I'm gonna put the fish right on the grill. So we did one side, and then now we're gonna do the other side for the same purpose. Coat it with mayonnaise, and then again with salt. All right, so we're gonna mark this fish on both sides, sort of like square marks. You don't really get to see those in the fish, especially. The skin is so delicate, and then we're gonna finish it in the oven with a little bit of canola oil, high temperature with a fan on, preferably if you have a high oven like that. That's gonna give like the fish a nice crispy skin on the outside. And who doesn't like crispy skin on a fish? I mean, I love it. It's delicious. That's the best part, I think. So nice and gentle from one side. You're gonna sort of like flip the fish over. Just like that. And then we wait for the other side again. Doing this for a couple of years already, so a little practice. And now we're gonna grab the tail, a little gentle again, and then just like flip it on the other side. So you see how smooth that went? That is because of the mayonnaise. No sticking, baby. Mark it on that side. We're gonna flip it again and finish it in the oven. 3 sides down, 1 to go. So again, gentle. I'm gonna grab the tail. I'm gonna do this. And then same thing as we did the first time. I'm gonna just flip it over. All right, so now all sides are marked. Whatever pan you have at home or at work, whatever you do, has to be long enough to be able to fit the fish. For right now, like I said, all sides are marked. So I'm just gonna put this tray over here, right here, and I'm gonna flip it, and then that's it. Canola oil on the bottom, or it can be also olive oil, your preference. I'm gonna splash this a little more on top. Again, just to give it a little nice and crispy flavor. And then now it goes in the oven. This oven is also a high temperature oven. It's at 500 degrees right now, with the fan inside also that speed up the process of cooking and crisp up the skin on both sides, the bottom and also the top. Here at ROW34 Burlington, we do it with peanut salsa matcha. Salsa matcha is a spicy, savory, sweet sauce that is made of 3 kinds of chiles, all Mexican. I don't know why, this guy. It also has a little bit of apple cider vinegar, oregano, bunch of garlic, and toasted peanuts, sesame seeds also in there as well. It's a whole process, huge recipe, but it's worth it. And then this is it. This is the final product of the peanut salsa matcha. You can see the chunky from the peanuts inside there. It reminds me a lot like a mole sauce. It's just cold. It goes great with the fish. So you make the salsa matcha. You put a little bit on one side. I would say maybe 2 tablespoons, and then you sort of like work out your magic like that. You want to give a little presentation on the fish. So that's it. So right here we have an herb salad that is made with mint, tarragon, and parsley. And we're gonna put a little bit of spring snap peas. Those are just raw sliced snap peas. We're gonna marinate this herb salad with a little bit of olive oil, lime juice, and a little bit of salt. And then we're gonna toast this. And then we're gonna put this on top of the fish. One of the ways to know when the fish is actually almost getting there, you're gonna see the eyes popping up. That's a sign that the fish is almost there. All right, this one is ready, baby. All right, so this one just came out of the oven. Here, what we do, we just take the stuffing off. You don't wanna see that on your plate. Again, this is just more for aroma and flavor into the fish. Okay, so you don't serve that. And then you're gonna like gentle grab, start with the head. You see, nothing is sticking into the pan thanks to the oil. So over here, you're just gonna place the fish right on top of the salsa matcha. And then the beautiful herb and snap pea salad right on top here. On this dish, the star of the show is the whole fish. You don't want to overpower your dish with a lot of salad or a lot of sauce or any extra stuff that you don't really need. Just a little bit of salad to complement the nice, fresh Scup. ROW34 Burlington.
When it was all said and done, we had made $220.50 from the retail side and $258 from the wholesale side. After factoring in expenses, you're looking at $343.50. And don't forget, me, Johnny, and Zach all worked for free today.